Top5rapwebsite.com. You already know what's going on. Today, looks like Lizzo snubbed Ari Lennox at the Soul Train Awards. So I'm on Twitter right now and I see, Ari Lennox tweeting, and it looks like she's saying she's quitting or she's retiring. So I'm like, okay, what could have caused this, such a sudden reaction? And then I see the Soul Train Awards, the 2019 Soul Train Awards are going on. Basically what happened is Lizzo just won album / mixtape of the year for her album Cause I Love You. Good album. Shea Butter Baby by Ari Lennox was also nominated for that category, as well as Indigo by Chris Brown, Ella Mai's self-titled album, I Used to Know Her by her, and Free Spirit by Khalid. Now Ari Lennox lost, and when you look at her Twitter, it just, she's going through it. You know what, I realize people genuinely fuck with me, understand my frustration. People who are self-hating haters and clearly have never given my music a chance got the biggest problem with me always. The award show triggered this. So it seems like Ari, she's been fed up for a minute. So that's why you have, she's talking about self-hating haters and people that reflect with me, and it's like an award show, but she's probably also speaking to other things that have happened. No one will have to worry about me complaining. Again, after this current complaint, what I will not do is ever be this depressed again. So we're still in a time where, and what I don't understand is artists, they're still putting so much validation into these award shows. Even after the Oscars So White campaign, even after, people boycotting the Grammys, people meaning artists, their fellow artists and musicians doing this, yet those same artists and musicians are still angry and letting these award shows decisions affect them. It's not about who made the best album. It's about politics, and politically, Lizzo is connected right now. I like Ari Lennox music way better than everyone else that was nominated. But I watched Kendrick Lamar get snubbed by Macklemore for what was it, Good Kid, Mad City. I saw Beyonce get snubbed by Taylor Swift, for her Single Ladies video, and then Kanye came on stage and said, "Nah, we saying something about this." So I feel you. But we're just still putting so much, slack into these award shows. I know Ari Lennox later on, she says it's not just an award. It wasn't any award show. It was a Soul Train Awards. As you can see, I'm a big fan of soul music and Soul Train's history. But these platforms are not black owned. So when you're not black owned, you have to play politics. And how were the awards decided? Based on politics. It's just not all based on who had the best album, who had the highest critic ratings, or who had, the most sales. It's not based on those things. I'm saying? There's a different, set of factors. There's companies involved. There's money moving. And then people win awards, based on numbers and data and what the label needs. And are they friends with who hosted this award show? There's a lot of different things that go into it. So, and if it's not black owned, those interests, those political interests, they're not going to be relevant to us, nor your album. Being snubbed was something I always expected and was definitely prepared for, just not by them. My intent was to never shade other nominees. I'm hurt and I don't expect soulless haters to understand that. Every time I wrap my mind around it, I just can't accept it. It feels like a breakup. I made a soulful album. I never ran from who I am. I just expected one platform to understand that. So it could be a blog or a small blog that gives you Album of the Year, Ari Lennox. At this level, you're not going to appreciate it the same way. So it's not just, you just want one platform out there just to see what you're doing. Like, people will give you your props. Man. You're waiting for that mainstream stamp. You're waiting to be stamped by the mainstream. Which is okay. Artists, you can do what you want to do. But it's not that zero people are, and zero platforms are giving you your just due. You want one of these mainstream, awards. A Grammy, a Soul Train Award, a BET Award. Which, as a newer artist, it makes sense. I think she'll see, as time goes on, that it's a political cycle. So getting all worked up over it, you're not in control of it. So why get worked up over it? My intent was to never annoy people who clearly don't fuck with me. I don't be asking these shady blogs to post what I write. So she knows about the blogs. Me being honest doesn't make me less gracious or star-worthy. And then someone suggested, hey, imagine a Christmas album by Ari Lennox. Ari Lennox says, nah, I quit. I'm not selling out, so I quit. So selling out meaning making the music that's going to help you win those awards, which goes into the politics. So it becomes a question of what are you doing it for? Are you doing it for the people who are all in your mentions. Ari Lennox telling you, you got this, we love you, take care of yourself, can you chill, I'm trying to put my kids onto your music, there'll be other awards, ma'am. You can literally go in any of these threads of replies and find people who are like, nah, Ari, keep going, you know. So it's like, who are you doing it for, Ari Lennox? Are you doing it for the award, or are you doing it for the people, to move people, to capture more people? I'm not selling out. I'm not making different music, so I quit. Thanks to these award shows who didn't give me their award. I want their award, but in order to get the award, I won't sell out. I have to sell out, and I won't sell out. And that's why I'm doing it for the award, so I quit. You know, so if your main goal is the award, and you see that your path is never going to get you there because you're not going to sell out, that makes sense. But if you're doing it for the people, your fans who are all in your mentions, this just reads like too much of this. As a fan, you're going to be like, no, keep going, Ari, you're doing good. But too much of this will make you turn on the artist. Like, you know what? Quit. Go ahead. What else does she say here? Tired of being annoyed, or tired of being annoying, tired of being annoyed. I just ain't built like the rest of them. This shit ain't for me, nigga. It's clear that I'm not cool enough, not trendy enough, and I don't care to be. I don't strive for that. I'm not going to chase this shit ever again. No more fake shit on my part. It's not just the awards. Shea Butter Baby was slept on in so many ways. I'm too emotional to pretend like I can play this game. Slept on how? Because when I go out and I talk to people have heard that song. So Ari Lennox is again referring to the mainstream dichotomy that artists have. They like being underground. They don't care about turning mainstream up until a certain point. Then when the award shows come and you get that pretty dress and you took all day to get your hair ready, and then they put you on the red carpet and it feels like, ooh, I have a chance, and you don't win it, then you come out feeling a little different. I don't think Shea Butter Baby was slept on, because I think that album, the people who I know who know about Ari Lennox know about her because of that album. So that's like that was a big project album for her, because that is a lot of people's initial reference point for Ari Lennox. Other people were on her before Dreamville, all that stuff. But yeah, radio-wise, nominations-wise, yeah, you could say it was slept on. It depends how you're looking at it. See, there was so much madness leading up to right now, and then looks like someone on Twitter, she says, Ari Lennox is being entitled. If you felt you earned an award and it went to someone else. Look how many artists been in the game 20 years and never received certain awards. Brian McKnight holds the record for the most Grammy nominations ever without a single win. So he makes a good point. Ari Lennox says, dear fake fans, please unfollow. I'm not entitled, I'm hurt. There's deeper things I would love to say, but I just can't. It's not entitlement, it's blatant disrespect. Okay. So, you can see she's kind of becoming like a little belligerent. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if this guy is a fake fans. So to just come out and say fake fans just because he has a differing opinion, of an opinion that makes sense. He didn't come at her. He didn't say anything crazy. It could almost be seen as words of encouragement, like tough love. So you can tell she's just, this just got her in a tizzy. Then someone else says, you won't have any fans following if you don't stop acting entitled. And that's what I said. Like, if you, like, these little spurts of complaining and your fans will support, they'll support you there. Keep going, be great. But too much of this shit, fans will be like, I'm cool, like, we tired of hearing that. Like, and some Wale fans kind of did that when he would be complaining online. Wale. And then some people was like, you know what, Wale, I love your music, but I'm gonna have to unfollow you on Twitter because I'm not trying to hear this shit every other day. So that's kind of like the type of reply that is. That one was a little more disrespectful than the other one. You won't have any fans if you don't stop acting entitled. It's like, I could tell this, from Ari Lennox's standpoint, she might say, if you don't want to, she just already said her piece about fake fans, so she shouldn't be worried about that. She said, you guys can't scare me, I told y'all I'm out. So, I think just an overreaction by young Ari Lennox. And for Lizzo, this doesn't necessarily work out in her favor either, just because she won. Ari Lennox is a very liked artist. She's a fan favorite type of artist. Kind of more still underground, so she has that rabid fan base, and she's inextricably attached to J. Cole. So she has his diehard fans. You know how J. Cole fans are. So she signed to his label, so she has a very passionate fan base. Very core fan base. Probably bigger than what Lizzo has. Even though Lizzo might reach the same amount of people, Ari Lennox probably have the more engaging fans at this point. Just because she's built it, we've seen her build it through music. So this doesn't necessarily work out in Lizzo's favor either, to snub the fan favorite. Lizzo could have zero problem with Ari Lennox at all. She could love her music, love Dreamville, love, J. Cole, just be this amazing person. I've talked about Lizzo's music on this platform before. It's good, but it's not something I go to. It's not something I replay. But to snub the fan favorite, now people are looking at you like fuck this, like fuck this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they snubbed our fan favorite, kind of like how Macklemore took heat when he snubbed Kendrick Lamar for the Grammy, and all those other people that were nominated too. He snubbed everybody. Like, he shouldn't have won that. But again, politics. It's not about who has the best album. So I think this event here is going to kind of create a distaste for Lizzo in a lot of people, especially people in the hip hop community, because Ari Lennox is kind of, in this equation, she represents like the soul hip hop side. Lizzo is more pop. Like, she makes like Monday night, like shit you hear on Monday Night Football, like right before the game start. Ari Lennox makes stuff that you hear people playing like in the street, people in their apartment. You hear it coming from a dorm room. Like, people really like the music. So for Lizzo to snub a fan favorite, this isn't just like, oh, this is cool publicity. Like, nah, this is going to like affect how people view her for years down the line. And it was kind of like that with Taylor Swift too. Like, even though Kanye took most of the heat from that event, you look at Taylor Swift now and it's not just all love. Like, there's like a mixed basket. And a lot of that has to do with the Beehive and how they feel about Taylor Swift getting that award over Beyonce. Even though Taylor Swift didn't choose who wins the award, Lizzo doesn't choose who wins, but you snubbed the fan favorite, so you're gonna get this work too. Oh yeah, some people were saying that Lizzo isn't soul music, which makes sense, because the stuff that wins best hip hop at some of these other award shows, a lot of people who grew up on hip hop, age late 30s, 40s, who was around during the beginning, they would tell you that this is not hip hop. A lot of this stuff isn't hip hop, yet it's winning best hip hop album. So Lizzo won best album at the Soul Awards, Soul Train Awards, with a pop album. There's a lot of different elements in the album, though. I'm not shitting on the album. I think it's an ambitious album. But Ari Lennox probably should have stayed off social media for this. It's not a good look. I think her fans are kind of used to this type of thing. I think they'll accept her emotional reaction because it kind of shows how passionate she is. But it's never a good look. From a certain perspective, it kind of looks like she's choosing her awards and award shows over the fans. Like, the award shows mean more. Like, I didn't win it, so I quit. Like, as the fans are saying, no, like, we love the album. Like, every day, every time she tweets, she knows there's hundreds of fans that reply complimenting her, the music. So it's not like you don't get, the love. So from a certain perspective, it could look like the awards are more important to you than what you've been doing. But that's just one perspective. Overall, I like Ari Lennox. I'm going to keep listening to her music. If she makes more, she probably should have stayed off social media for this. It's not a good look. But I think, the fans will accept this because she makes good music and they know she's passionate about the music. You watch Ari Lennox's interviews, she doesn't come across as a cynical person. She comes across as like a sweetheart. So I think people will let this pass. And people kind of already didn't have like a huge admiration for Lizzo. So I think that the fact that the antithesis in this Ari Lennox snub or Soul Train snub situation is Lizzo, I think it helps people kind of understand Ari Lennox, because it's kind of like we have a common enemy type of thing. I don't know. You know how this R&B world is. These girls, even the fans. I'm talking about the fans, not the singers. The fans, like, they go hard. Like, they'll create a beef out of nowhere. So, anyways, keep doing your thing, Ari Lennox. On the story of OJ, Jay-Z said, y'all niggas still signing deals? Still? After all they done stole, for real? Like, y'all niggas still getting upset and looking for validation from award shows that's not owned by black people on a black network? Still? Come on, man. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.